Chapter 6. The South Shetland Islands. It's midnight, and I'm standing with my pants down in the dimly lit ship's infirmary. We're anchored between Half Moon and Greenwich Islands in the South Shetland archipelago, about 200 miles northeast of Wenke Island and the Newmire Channel. I have a curious case of balloon-like swelling in my lower right leg. It happened to my arm once during college. My chums nicknamed it steak arm, and mystified doctors told me it was likely an allergic reaction, only this time it's more like hippopotamus leg. 48 hours earlier, we were steaming north from Wenke Island to the South Shetlands, and while it must have sucked for the guy who broke his leg, it didn't screw up the trip. After we dropped him at a Chilean base to be evacuated by C-130 to Chile and eventually Rochester, New York, we skied a tasty 700-foot chute on King George Island above a Peruvian base called Machu Picchu, then a steep, quiet chute that felt like the roofless ruins of a cathedral and sheltered soft snow and a soaring tower of dark rock. When I joined Tumis at the water's edge, with a ship and a stegosaurus-shaped island in the distance, he was staring back up, slowly shaking his head, nearly crying with joyous disbelief. Then I got a funny feeling in my leg. 18 hours ago, when I awoke to prepare for a day of skiing on Livingston Island with the Warren Miller film crew, my leg was a thick tube of itchy, sore meat from mid-thigh to foot. Determined not to let it interfere with my chance to ski more in the South Shetlands, I stuffed it into a ski boot, cranked the buckles down, and set off in the Zodiac. By the time we returned to the ship 13 hours later, my distended calf had spilled out of my boot cuff, draping over the edge like batter in an overfilled muffin tin cup. Thinking seriously that it might explode, I've come to the infirmary. While I distract myself by reading the Swedish labels on the cabinet doors, evidently the previous ship's doctor was a Swede, a Colombian doctor with a Scottish name prepares a syringe of anti-inflammatory liquid to jab into my left buttock. Dr. Alex McLean, not to be confused with the Tom Brady of ski mountaineering, Andrew McLean, can't figure out what the problem is either, and advises a series of tests when I return home. There's a quick pinch, and I pull up my drawers. He hands me several envelopes of pills, also labeled in Swedish, explaining the dosage in Spanish-accented English.